Hello everyone, let me introduce to you the new patch, or at least the dev build I got of it. Keep in mind everything I'm showing here is still work in progress and might change till the final patch actually gets applied. So first, they reworked a bit of the UI and they actually added something called an explorer space. In here you can get rewards for daily login, skins, Renar, emblems, stuff like that. And they also added an exploration pass where you have to do some missions here. Account level up, destroy enemy core, and so on, where you can earn Renar and so forth as well. On top of the Explorer's Pass, they also made some changes to items. So, first of all, they changed Bells of Purification. It now deals, increases the magical power on top of decreasing the enemy's magical defense. Old stats, it only decreased the magical defense. They also tweaked the stats. Instead of attack speed, it has magical penetration and cooldown reduction. Next on the list is Shock Energy Battery. What they changed is that it gives you a slow on the enemy if you hit them. They changed the numbers of the physical damage from 125% to 100% plus 40. And they also changed the physical defense, reduced it, added physical power and cooldown reduction, but removed the health stat of the item. Next on the list we have Xemia's Toy. Xemia's Toy now has scaling based on your max health. This means that you will deal more damage if you have more health. Before it was just based on your level, which makes this item more useful to tanks now, but less useful to everyone else. Next item to be changed is the Yendra's Flask. They changed it that instead of needing to be stealthed in a shadow bush for a certain amount of time, it now grants you additional critical rate on hit. Also, they changed the attributes from physical power, physical penetration and health to physical power and critical rate. Vitality Lens, the numbers got a bit tweaked, but otherwise not much to say about that. Cooldown on the magical penetration got reduced, duration is the same, and the penetration got increased from 20 to 30. The Ekima Blaster is now the same as Setar. It deals more damage based on health. So this is a really good item to kill tanks now. Witch Smile got changed from having physical power and magical power and the passive of vamp damage and recovering mana to only having physical power, but instead got attack speed and crit rate, and also physical defense nullification and attack speed as passive. With this patch, they intend to introduce some new items. First item is Osnia's Holy Water. It's an item that gives you physical power, magical defense and 200 health. Also it has an active that removes all debuffs and increases your movement speed and tenacity. This is a similar item to Holy Relic of Osnia, but more intended for tanks. They also added Joy of the Harvest, which is this item supposed to be used by casters, because it doesn't give much stats, it's pretty cheap, but if you get 70 Tions, you increase your magical power by 60%, magical pen by 10 and max mana by 250. Also you get a skill cooldown reduction of 10%. On top of those two new items, they introduced something new called Elixir. Elixir are consumables that you can buy. There are 4 different elixirs that you can buy. You can't buy one of the other elixirs if you bought one of them already. And once you activate one, it will be active for 4 minutes. Or until you die. If you buy another elixir and activate that, the already activated elixir will be cancelled out and replaced with the new one. So those 4 elixir are the warrior elixir. It increases physical power and attack speed. The caster elixir, it increases magical power and mana regen. The tenacity elixir, which increases physical defense, magical defense, and tenacity. And the persistence elixir, which increases movement speed and damage dealt to structures. The last item they added is called Energy Overflow. It works the same as the elixirs. It can be bought and used while an elixir is active without replacing it. And it will increase all damage by 50%, including allies and enemies around you. I will add a PDF file with all the changed items that I found so far in comparison old to new one, and also with the new ones already added. As I mentioned before, values might change till the patch. They are adjusting everything as we speak, so the PDF might already be outdated when you see this video. Let me introduce Drongo to you. His abilities are pretty much the same as back in the old days. There is one small difference, and that is his first skill, the gas bomb. The gas bomb is still a re-off effect, silencing enemies. I didn't check if the numbers are the same. It lasts for 6 seconds in this current version, but the difference is if someone stays in it for more than 3 seconds, they get stunned. Next we have the uranium rounds. The uranium rounds deal additional damage, and after hitting someone for 3 times, they deal bonus true damage equal to 9% of the enemy's hero's max health, or up to 150 damage to non-heroes. They also increase the hero's movement speed by 50%, which gradually decreases over 1.5 seconds. Then we have the Shrapnel Bazooka. It deals damage to enemies within range, decreases their physical defense, and pushes them away. Also, it knocks Drongo itself back and puts him in an unblockable state. Basic attack is basic attack, not much to say there. And we have the last ability, the Rusty Boomerang. The Rusty Boomerang deals physical damage and slows them by 23% for 1.5 seconds. While returning, it deals more true damage, and hit enemies are slowed again. Currently, some short info on caps on hero stats that I found out. So first, crit. From Piendra's Flask I should have 3 stacks, which means I should have 110% crit rate, but 100% is the maximum. You can also test that by buying 6 crit items. And Tenacity has a maximum of 50%. We have Blacksmith Scissors, we have the Tenacity Elixir, and we have Osnia's Holy Water. If we activate Osnia's Holy Water, it doesn't increase above 50%. As you can see, they changed the hero selection screen a bit. It doesn't have those hexagons anymore. They also changed the map a little. They added an additional fog wall here from the mid lane. When you go towards the spirit, you won't be able to see into the enemy jungle anymore. They did the same on the other side towards the prime pit. Added fog walls here. And also added fog walls over here. And you can't see the red or the blue buff from the solo lane anymore. That's all the changes they made to the map so far. Maybe they'll introduce some more of the changes they were talking about in the dev diary. Lane minion experience and gold gain didn't get adjusted as far as I could tell so far. Nothing got changed on the Overprime or the Spirit on how they work. We will have to wait till the patch is out to actually see what it all includes. They still have a few days and they've already patched some things since I tested out certain things yesterday. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and hope you have a good evening, good morning, or good night. Bye bye. I'm out.